Hey guys, welcome to the Fight Tonight channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I really want to get 2000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It's so close. Thanks for supporting me, guys. The undefeated American lightweight Ryan Garcia rejected the idea of holding an interim bout before its scheduled meeting in the ring with the WBA regular title holder in the lightweight division, Gervonta Davis. Early, Garcia planned to tow at the end of January with Filipino gatekeeper Mercito Gesta. It seems like the American even signed a contract, but suddenly changed his mind. Here is how Ryan Garcia explains his decision. "I had time to think hard while the promoters were making me a fight, and I realized that the fans were already fed up with all these intermediate fights. It's time to give the fans what they want. At some time, it was Davis who demanded an interim fight, not me. Therefore, let him settle his affairs." Recall that the 24-year-old Garcia held his last performance in July of this year, defeating Dominican Javier Fortuna on points. In total, the boxer has 23 victories and no defeats. The head of the Golden Boy Promotions company, Oscar de la Hoya, commented on the decision of his word, Ryan Garcia, to abandon the interim fight before the meeting with the WBA regular lightweight champion, Gervonta Davis. The conditions for the fight with Davis have been agreed, so now we need to figure out all the details and sign a contract. If you ask me as a fighter, I would accept his training fight. I think you need to keep your tools sharp. I think that's why Davis decided to fight before meeting Ryan. And Garcia decided to go strength to the tank. It all depends on Ryan. By doing this, he showed that he needs only Davis and no one else. It's pretty good, De La Hoya said. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 2000 subscribers on my channel. I'm trying very hard absolutely every day, and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks for supporting me, guys. Promising American Ryan Garcia shared his expectations from a possible duel with his compatriot Gervonta Davis. According to Ryan, he takes a potential opponent seriously, but is confident that he will find a way to win. "I have to stay focused. I train hard for any opponent and take it seriously. There are many fighters who are considered strong punchers, but I was able to catch anyone. I expect to win, and I know that I will find a way to achieve my goal. I will stop everything he tries to do in the ring. I know that when I beat my opponent, he gets injured, so I don't expect that in the case of the tank. Everything will be different. I have to take my next opponent seriously, but I don't think Davis is special either. He is no better than any of my opponents in my life. I just look at him as an ordinary fighter. When you are at the top, you don't have to count on easy fights, so I have to take it seriously. But at the same time, be confident of winning. It's going to be a great fight that everyone wanted. He is very important for boxing because it has been a long time since there was a confrontation when two young and invincible fighters in prime meet in the ring, Garcia said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.